Tonight, when the room goes quiet, your brain will start listening. Not because anything is wrong, because darkness changes the rules. A coat becomes a figure, a sound becomes footsteps, a shadow in the corner becomes something your eyes cannot prove and your body cannot ignore. But the real answer is far stranger, because the fear you feel in the dark may not belong only to you. It may belong to ancestors who survived by treating night as a different world. Imagine yourself standing outside 40,000 years ago. The sun is gone. The last orange line has disappeared behind the trees. The air is colder now, and the shapes around you are losing their edges. During the day, you can see distance. You can read the ground. You can notice movement before it reaches you. But at night, the world shrinks to the small circle of light around fire. Beyond that circle is uncertainty. Not emptiness. Uncertainty. And uncertainty is one of the oldest fears your nervous system knows. You may think ancient humans were afraid of monsters. In a way, they were. But their monsters had paws, claws, teeth, hunger, silence, infection, isolation, and imagination. Night was not just dark. Night was when the human body lost its best defense. Vision. Your eyes are powerful in daylight. You notice faces. You track movement. You judge distance. You read emotion in another person's expression. But in darkness, vision becomes weak and uncertain. That matters because humans are not the strongest animals. You do not have the claws of a leopard. You do not have the nose of a wolf. You do not have the night vision of an owl. You survive by noticing patterns early, sharing information, and preparing before danger arrives. So when darkness steals clear vision, your brain does not relax. It compensates, it guesses, it fills in missing information. It becomes suspicious. Have you ever stared into a dark hallway and felt watched? That feeling may be your brain doing something ancient. It is not calmly asking, is there danger? It is asking, what if there is danger and you are too slow to see it? That question kept people alive. The psychologist Joseph Ledoux studied fear and the brain's threat systems, especially the amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure involved in detecting danger and preparing the body to respond. In plain English, your brain can react to possible threat before you fully understand what the threat is. That is why a sudden shape in the dark can make your body jump before your mind says, "It is just a jacket." The body moves first. The explanation arrives later. This is not a flaw. It is a survival strategy. If the shape is harmless, you feel silly. If the shape is a predator, you live. Evolution does not care if you feel silly. It cares if you get another morning. So what did ancient humans fear at night? First, they feared predators. Not imaginary ones, real ones. Big cats, hyenas, wolves, bears, snakes, crocodiles near water. The exact animals depended on where people lived, but the pattern was the same. At night, many predators could move better than humans could see. A leopard does not need a streetlight. A lion does not need a torch. A snake does not announce itself. For early humans, the darkness beyond firelight was not empty space. It was a place where another animal might already be watching. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham has argued that fire changed human life in enormous ways, from cooking food to shaping social behavior. But fire also changed night. It created a border. Inside the glow, people could gather. Outside the glow, danger remained. The fire did not erase fear. It organized fear. It made a small island of safety in a sea of darkness. Think about what that meant. Before electric light, night was not something you turned off with a switch. It arrived every day and took over half the world. You could not scroll through it. You could not brighten the room. You could not step into a lit street full of strangers and signs. When the sun disappeared, your options narrowed. Stay close. Stay quiet. Keep the fire alive. Listen. That last part matters. At night, hearing becomes more important. A twig snaps. Leaves move. An animal calls. Someone coughs. A baby cries. Every sound asks for interpretation. Is it wind? Is it a friend? Is it prey? Is it a predator? The brain does not like unanswered questions when the body is vulnerable. So it searches for meaning. This is where fear and imagination begin to overlap. The cognitive scientist Justin Barrett has written about a human tendency, sometimes called hyperactive agency detection. Agency means the sense that something has intention, like a person or animal choosing to act. In plain English, your brain is quick to assume that a sound or movement might be caused by a living thing. If the grass moves, maybe it is just wind. But maybe it is something watching you. Ancient humans who assumed too little danger could die. Ancient humans who assumed too much danger might waste energy, but survive. So your mind became biased. Better to imagine eyes in the dark than ignore real eyes in the dark. This does not mean every fear was rational. It means irrational fear can come from a rational survival problem. Night made the world ambiguous, and ambiguity is where the mind grows teeth. But predators were not the only fear. Ancient humans also feared separation. A person alone at night was weaker than a person in a group. Humans are social animals, but not in a soft, decorative way. The group was protection. The group remembered paths. The group watched children. The group defended the injured. The group shared food, warnings, and fire. To be cut off from the group after dark was terrifying because it meant losing the human shield. A lost child, a hunter returning late, a person hearing the group but not seeing the fire. That fear still echoes in you. Why does being alone in a dark place feel different from being alone in daylight? Because darkness does not only hide threats, it hides help. You cannot easily see who is near. You cannot read faces. You cannot tell if someone is friendly. You cannot know whether the next sound belongs to your people or something else. So ancient night fear was also social fear. Fear of being left outside the circle, fear of being forgotten, fear of calling and hearing nothing answer. There was another fear too: injury. Today, if you fall at night, you may turn on a flashlight or call emergency services. For ancient humans, a twisted ankle in darkness could become a death sentence. A small wound could become infected. A wrong step could mean a fall into rocks, thorns, water, or animal territory. Night made ordinary movement risky. The ground became unknown. The body became uncertain. Every step required trust in a world you could no longer clearly see. This is why darkness often feels like it changes the size of your body. In bright light, you feel larger. You move freely. You reach. You walk faster. In darkness, you shrink. You slow down. You pull your arms closer. You listen before stepping. That is not just emotion. That is an ancient movement strategy. Make yourself smaller. Make less noise. Avoid being noticed. Avoid making mistakes. But the deepest night fear may have been the invisible. Not ghosts exactly. Not in the modern horror movie sense. But unseen causes. Illness. Death. Dreams. Strange sounds. Disappearing people.